This weekend, I went to a party. I went out and I socialized, which is weird.
Wow.
I know.
As an adult, that's weird. I'm
is
proud
weird.
of you, though. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. And but it was good. I was in great company, and I brought a game because Patrick, who originally introduced me to this game, forgot it at the office, and he's like, "Hey, please bring over your copy." And I was happy to do so. And that copy of the game that I'm talking about today is Two Rooms and a Boom. So, Two Rooms and a Boom, designed by Alan Girding and Sean McCoy, artistry done by Sean McCoy, publisher of Tuesday Night Games. This game is a party game, and this is like one of the largest play counts for a board game that is out there outside of a game like Welcome To, which is like theoretically 1 to 100. But in terms of like actually players conversing and interacting with each other versus it kind of being a solo experience, Two Rooms and a Boom is definitely up there as far as like player count wise. We're talking at least probably be 6 to 30 players is what it's at BGG, but it definitely plays best probably in the 2 digits, so 10, 12, 14. The more the better, I would say in this case. But for those who don't know what Two Room and a Boom is, it is a social deduction game in which there are 2 teams. There are multiple teams, but let's just put it this way. There's a blue team and a red team. The blue team are considered, I wouldn't say necessarily patriots, but they are members of a team that have a president. And then there's the red team, and the red team are a bunch of evil guys, and one of the red team members is a bomber. And so what happens is that depending on the amount of players that you have, the group of people will be given a roll card, so it'll either be on the red team or the blue team, and whomever is within your blue team, one of them will be the president. And again, this is hidden deduction, or this is social deduction, and no one knows which role you are. So if you get your card and you're the president, no one else knows that you're the president. And in this room or upstairs, downstairs, wherever you are going to play, you are now basically in a circle staring at other people who also have a card in front of you. And now for the next 3 to 5 minutes, you are essentially trying to socialize your way into figuring out who is on your team and who is against you. And so why I like this game at higher play counts is because what ends up happening is you can do 2 things. You can talk to anybody that you want, but you can either color reveal, which means you can reveal your color. So like at the bottom of the card, it just says you're part of the blue team. Or you can do what's considered a full reveal, which means that you can actually show that you are the blue team, or maybe you're the president. And as you start to kind of suss out in the first few minutes, you kind of get to understand who your allies are and who your enemies are. And in this room, one of the rooms that you're in, someone is a leader. And the leader, after 3 minutes, has to make a decision. And they have to bring either 1, 2, or 3 people, depending on what round it is, into a parlay, in which the 2 rooms will kind of convene. They have their hostages, and they're swapping them back and forth between rooms. And then you start this whole process all over again, determining if the new people that came in are good guys or bad guys. And then eventually these alliances form, and you start to kind of understand and math out, like, okay, they sent over these people, who could they be? And then you're in this late game of being able to determine, like in the next final rounds, who is the president, and can I save the president from being bombed? Or if you're on the red team, can I keep the president here with the bomber and be able to win the game? So it sounds very simple, and it kind of is. However, where things start to shake up are the different types of roles that you can get in this game. So, for instance, you can have different variants where if you have the bomber and the president, you can have different roles where you are a medic. So, for instance, not only as the president, you're stuck in this room, but you are injured. And you are not able to win the game, or your team is not able to win the game until the president does a full card reveal with the medic. So the medic essentially heals the president in order to be able to say, hey, I've been healed, I can win the game. The bomber also, on the same realm, has a bomb, but it's broken. They have to meet the engineer by doing a full card reveal and to be able to fix the bomb. And then there can be instances where, like, depending on the odd amount of people, you can have cards that are essentially like discarded away. So like, for instance, you can have the president and the president's daughter. So if, for instance, if you shuffle up all the roll cards and you discard the president's daughter acts as the president if the president was discarded. And there can be kind of this interesting tug and pull of being like, okay, I found the president's daughter. What is the president around? I don't know. And they have to make this decision as if, the president's daughter is the real person to win the game or not. And at the same time, too, there's also spy cards. So, for instance, if you do a color reveal and you're the red team, you might be a blue spy. So that means that you could kind of fake people out by doing that kind of thing. It's one of my favorite party games, I want to say. Like, it's a really great party game. It can be confusing, though. It can be confusing for new players because sometimes what ends up happening is that people will get really confused and they are trying to figure out, like, why would I want to show my card to somebody, especially if it's against the wrong team? Right. And it kind of can devolve into chaos, and depending on big number of groups, if they aren't invested, you can just get people that just talk on the side, and then whatever happens, like, you get those core group of players that are like totally into it and they can really like math it out and really describe it, and then you just have the other people that are like, oh yeah, it was like, how was your day? And then like just they kind of like socialize on the other side of the room. It doesn't still make it not fun, because it ends up happening too after like the third game where people just kind of start to get burned out. Because either they're like going up and down stairs or what have you. But playing this again this weekend, though, still kind of reinforces that this is just a really awesome game with a whole bunch of people. It's a really great icebreaker, I think. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not one to really socialize. I'm a true introvert at heart, but for some reason, like, I can totally be like, hey, I'm Ryan, let me see your color. And I'm just like, it's just how it is. It's just like, I don't know. I totally get into it. And I don't really care if I win or lose. It's just, I always, I don't know. I just find it fun to be able to try to figure it out my own way. And getting into like so weird like micro social politics, I think it can be fun.
So is your version the clear card version?
No.
There's one where it's like those clear cards, and I was wondering if like the ink is coming off, but maybe that's not the version you have. I have always wanted to play this game, and I don't know why I don't have it. It's I think it's hard to find now. I think it's out of print. I don't know how to get a copy of it.
So I was able to get one kind of randomly through. So John was saying there's some really wild rules in the game. Yeah, there's like the Illuminati. There's like the was it the Illuminati where you're both red and blue team, and then there's like a card that's completely black. The Necronomicon or the Necrobumicon, booster pack and stuff.
Expansion.
Yeah, it gets nuts. And then there's like a gray team, right? So like the gray team has like their own certain set of conditions to win. So like the maid, what was it? Romeo and Juliet is one where like they have to be together with the bomber, so they have to like find each other and then be together. And then there's like the enforcer where they're like, they can like be like, hey, you two like reveal each other or something like that. It's basically crazy. Aaron's in the chat. Hey, what's up, Aaron? It's been a while. So yeah, like just I hope Tuesday night games do a lot of those kind of crazy, not crazy, but they do like these really fun, simplistic, easy to grasp and fun games. Like That's Not Lemonade. Have you ever heard of That's Not Lemonade?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that was them.
Yeah, that was them too. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so Aaron, we did play it at Patrick's birthday. Yeah. So Aaron, I played it last time. It was okay. Oh, his best friend's birthday. Sure. So
I'm gonna try and hunt this down because I know I can get a group that big, or like at work it would be great icebreaker at work, or just I know there are situations where I could totally get this game going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and hunt down a copy either in trade or something. It was a Kickstarter originally. I think it comes in and out of print. I think there was a print run that came into stock on Amazon about 5 months ago.
Oh,
but I can't find it now. I was ravenously. Sure, I was hunting down a copy as you were talking about it, and I couldn't find anything.
Oh,
so
bummer.
it sounds, man, that sounds good. That sounds real good.
Real good. But
Real
yeah,
good.
2 Rooms and a Boom by Tuesday Night Games. Totally recommend it. Also, slippery cards. The slipperiest cards I've ever touched. Because they're plastic and they're meant to kind of go through wear and tear because they're in people's pockets or people kind of like take the card, like, you know what they do with poker cards where they tend to bend them or like hold them, like, because they just hate.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like they're not clear
Okay.
cards, but
But they're plastic cards. Have you found the ink being scraped off them at all?
no. Not in this.
All right.
Not in this
Well, then
recent
never mind.
printing. No.
Okay,
There
cool.
was someone like dug in there. Someone dug in their like nail into one, so like it has a little dent. But they're
How
meant to. I
dare
mean,
they?
I mean, it is meant to. Yeah. I don't care. I've
How
really gotten
dare
out of
they?
I've really gotten out of the. I used to be all about sleeving my cards, and now I don't even bother.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Oh
even bother
man, we can do a
anymore.
whole segment on that.
We
Yeah,
do.
me neither. I have past caring.
Yeah.
I've had a whole Mountain Dew spilled on my Twilight Imperium game, and I think that's what did it. I think I stopped caring after that.
You just bought
I
only
just
Twilight
em-
Imperium.
I just emotionally disconnected from all games like that.
Nice. Yeah, 2 Rooms and a Boom's a lot of fun. Check it out.